Welcome to the Barker Podcast Collection.
Welcome to the Not Watching Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by
Ian Bruce and John Martin.
You can contact us on email at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. So, shall we talk some movies now then?
Sure.
I saw Kingsman: The Secret Service.
You like spy movies, Mr. DeVille? When I was a kid, that was my dream job. Gentleman spy.
Nowadays, they're all a little serious for my taste. Give me a far-fetched theatrical plot any day. We are Kingsman, an international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion. Well, most of the time. I want each of you to propose a candidate. Who are you? I'm the man who got you released. Felt sorry for the boy, did you?
That is sick.
Huge IQ, great performance at school. But you gave up. But I see potential.
We're here to test you to the limit. Pick a puppy.
What's his name?
JB.
As in James Bond?
No.
Jason Bourne?
Jack Bauer.
Oh,
I like it.
if you're prepared to adapt, I'm offering you the opportunity to become a Kingsman agent.
This it?
Of course not. Richmond Valentine has been experimenting with biological weaponry.
What are you gonna do? We're gonna take out Valentine.
Assemble the Kingsman.
No stomach for violence. I see one drop of blood, that is me done.
Can you get me out?
Sorry, love.
Gotta save the world.
Son of a bitch!
If you get blood on the carpet, you have to take the carpet up.
This is the new Matt Vaughn joint. Again, like Kick-Ass before it, based on a comic by Mark Millar. This is kind of like a bit of a homage to the old Roger Moore era Bond movies. And it's playing Taron Egerton as a kind of alright, in it kind of kid who's a little bit, wrong side of the tracks, kind of gets recruited by Colin Firth to become this international man of mystery, complete with actual gadgets that have been actually missing from the Bond franchise. We're talking like umbrellas that fire things, watch bombs, or shoes with knives that come out of them, all this sort of crazy stuff. It's exactly like that. The action is really well filmed. There's a scene in which Colin Firth basically kills about 200 people with his bare hands. So totally like, it's an R-rated film in the States. I think it's a 15 here. But it's like the way, it's really shocking. Matt Vaughn honestly doesn't give a shit. There's anal rape humour in it. And
Anal rape humour?
Yeah. Well, consensual anal rape humour.
Oh, that's all right,
in
then.
fact.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that was his justification. Matt Vaughn was like, it's not him doing it or saying it, it's her offering it. So, anyway.
Sorry, how can rape be consensual?
Well, it's not. I suppose that was a very poor choice of words.
Okay.
Anyway. So, yeah, Jane Goldman wrote the screenplay. That's Jonathan Ross's wife. She's done a lot of work with Matt Vaughn. Samuel L. Jackson's our baddie, who's basically playing like a dot-com millionaire who does some evil stuff with people's cell phones. And it's got your usual Mark Strong, Jack Davenport's in it for a bit. Fucking Mark Hamill is in this film in a small part.
Cool.
Michael Caine. It's a brilliant cast. A lot of it sort of follows a similar template perhaps to X-Men Last Stand, where all the kids are kind of going through training. But there's some of the train exercise, like there's one that involves like skydiving, and they actually did the skydiving. So they obviously must have had multiple helicopters, other people on parachutes. It's not CGI. So lots of cool practical effects in the training bit. I believe there may be one, but that might be the one where they're training their dogs. But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to spoil any of the jokes.
There's a dog training montage.
There's a dog training bit, and he gets it, and it's like a little pug, and he's like, "Well, it'll grow, won't it?" So yeah, it's very funny, really enjoyable. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, but it was, and it's making loads of money. It's the fact that it's still on at the cinema now. I believe it's still in the UK top 10 box office right now. So it's made its money back, and apparently Matt Vaughn has an idea for a sequel. So that will probably be a thing that happens. Also interesting, I've been listening to, here's another podcast plug, I've been listening to The Business of Film with Mark Commode, and he did a lot of interviews with Matt Vaughn, and Matt Vaughn was explaining how he actually finances these films himself and then pitches them to studios. So that means he's able to retain full artistic control, which means that's why he's able to do the stuff that he does in these films.
They're just distributing it?
Pretty much.
Cool.
That's how you got That's how Kick-Ass said, come on then, you cunts. That would have never got through a studio. Yeah. So, like, the fact that he can do this kind of stuff is brilliant. And, yeah, the novelty of seeing Colin Firth, like, rip it up in a very un-Colin Firth way, it's horrific. But it's like a scene from Kill Bill, but with not slick violence. It's obviously taking these people apart. It's more like Banshee sort of style, But yeah, it's really great movie. Yeah, I think it's more than made its money back, so we'll definitely get a sequel, I reckon. It came out a good time of year, to be honest, because it's probably the best film out by a mile right now. So there's not an awful lot of competition, to be fair, but it's still a remarkably good movie. So yeah, anyone else seen anything good?
I watched Homefront the other day with Jason Statham.
Great movie.
Dad?
Yeah?
Why'd we move out here?
Beautiful house, most trails. What else could we ask for?
I miss Mom.
Me too.
Cool hat, loser.
Give it back.
You want it? Come get it. What you gonna do about it?
No! I want this thing settled, and I mean now. Is that the father, not your girl? You the father?
You think we're gonna be disrespected?
Can you go over there and do some things? Mess with their heads like you do everyone else. Scare them.
Your door's open. Neighbor calling. It's a damn undercover cop. Very nice to meet you, Agent Broker.
I'd be real careful, Broker. People around here don't shake and make up.
Hey, neighbor, can you get that pump from me? I'm almost done. Whatever you're thinking, we think it. You've worked up a pretty bad rep around here. I don't want any more problems.
Tell your little girl she's got nothing to worry about with such a tough daddy around.
They call him Gator for some reason. The word is he's cooking up that meth.
I don't want that narc broker laying low in my town. Let's take him out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie.
Maddie!
Dad, what was that?
I need you to stay down here, okay, Maddie? There's a man with a gun trying to get into the house. Go.
Let go of me!
Maddie, run! Maddie!
Help me! I'm really scared. Please hurry.
Trust me, I'm coming.
Really,
It's actually really
great
decent,
movie.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's like his Copland.
Yeah.
It's a great... And it was written by Stallone. So,
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
Really?
Written and produced by Stallone.
I was shocked at how good it was. I was off work ill and I was like, right, okay, I'll fuck it, I'll watch a Statham film. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I'm a massive fan of the Stath. I like the Transporter movies and their guilty pleasures, and I don't care who laughs. They're just good, mindless fun. Even the Crank films were enjoyable. But this, it really feels like he's taken an acting class or something.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, he does turn into like a ninja death warrior and stuff, but it feels like for a moment he's just a normal guy.
So and he's not tough all the way through as well. He has a little bit of a sensitive side. He's
got a kid and he's got to look after her, and
a horse
died. Yeah, and that was a bit weird. And he's just trying to get on with his life, and it just felt like a classic 80s Stallone movie where he's, I don't want to come and kick your ass, but if you don't fucking leave me alone, I'm gonna, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
basically the movie. And it's got Winona Ryder in one of the most disturbing roles she's ever done in her life. Jesus, is it Winona Ryder?
Yeah, it is Winona basically.
Just a bit. What the fuck? And James Franco is absolutely hamming it up.
Franco?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's got Franco in it, man.
What's he done now?
He shits in his own hand and smears it in his eyes.
I can't be trusted.
That bit.
Does he say they hate us because they ain't us?
Yes.
He says stuff like that a lot.
That's not what people say.
It's like the as well. Yeah.
He plays like this Cajun badass who gets dragged into it by his sister, just basically putting a spook into Statham's character, but then he takes it a bit far and it all goes out of control.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's a really good film. I had the misfortune to see his newest film. What's it called? Wild Card, I think.
What, Franco?
Is a film with him in it.
The Stath.
Statham. The picture has what looks like him in midair with a fist and about to punch somebody.
Yeah, it's set in Vegas,
cool.
and it's not his finest hour, certainly.
It's no Homefront.
Yeah, it's no Homefront.
It's not one of the classics.
No, it's not the one by which all others will be judged.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One day, I'm just gonna do a Statham binge.
It's got to be a Statham projector day. He needs a couple more good ones, and then we
Blitz.
can do a Statham
Blitz?
projector day. No, I haven't actually.
Blitz is a good film.
I didn't know you were such a fan.
I am a massive fan. Really, he's absolute guilty pleasure.
I particularly would like to see Crank.
How have you not seen Crank?
Crank's
Jesus.
good. Yeah.
Just because it sounds crazy and
it's batshit crazy.
It's million miles an hour crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen Transporter, first one, and I've seen Death Race.
I've not seen
Lock, Stock.
The Expendables.
Out of principle.
But I've not seen any of the proper Statham films. The films that are just because they've got Statham in.
Right.
Like those. What you're talking about. I feel like I need to be educated. I did classic IMDb list last year. This year will be the year of the Stath, perhaps.
Well, late. Not very often I get to say you're late to the party, Rob. But
well, this is it. I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah.
On Homefront, right? It says people who like this also like Parker, Redemption, Safe, Blitz, Killer Elite, Mechanic.
Safe's a good film. Killer Elite, no, not so much. I think that's got De Niro in it as well. Is that Killer Elite?
Maybe.
And
I heard that was not good.
That's not a good one. That's no Homefront.
Right.
Perhaps we can do that. I'll do that, right? And then we can do a versus Statham off, where we decide on the best Statham film.
Yeah, because that was such a fucking roaring success the last time we did that.
Well, it is if you narrow it down. You see, I think we were just a bit too spreading it too been. But,
Yeah, okay.
I think Homefront is probably his pinnacle of his career so far, I'd say.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's on Netflix,
Okay.
kids.
It is.
I will add it to my list.
It's
Actually,
keep your expectations mid to low. There's a bit of story and then shit happens at the end. It's definitely an act thing instead of fighting every 20 minutes.
oh, he's in The Name of the King. Isn't that the Dungeon Siege film?
Oh, for the love of fuck. Who directs that, Rob?
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Cunthole. Yeah, that's the one.
No, they've got Crank 2 on Netflix, but not Crank, which is annoying.
I think I'm fairly confident you could watch 2 and not have anything spoiled. You won't have missed much. I think it recaps it in the opening credits, actually, or something.
Previously on.
Previously on Crank.
I mean, brilliant. I've heard Hummingbird is good.
Hummingbird was quite good, yeah. Wow, apparently
it had
I
a
have
different
watched
name in
every
the States.
movie.
It sounds like you actually have.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Right, okay. It's because I so
there's
like him, that's what it is.
Yes, of course. You're unmistakable. There's a bunch of them on Netflix, so I'm going to get involved. That's my homework.
I'm going to be ripped to shit the next time. Okay, fair enough.
I can't wait. We can do our ultimate stave-off. But anyway, I watched a film called Predestination.
What if I could put him in front of you? The man that ruined your life. If I could guarantee that you'd get away with it, would you kill him?
Many New Yorkers are leaving the city in fear of a fifth attack by the Fizzle bomber.
Maybe he's doing the city a favor.
That kind of talk can get you in trouble.
The worst than I've already been through.
There's something this job has taught me, is that truth is stranger than fiction.
You're not talking about bartending, are you?
I'm not talking about bartending. Follow me right in here. Here we go. Deep breath. We're in 1963.
That's impossible.
I'm a temporal agent. We prevent crime before it takes place. The Fizzle bomber. His next explosion will leave 11,000 dead. You can do this.
Right.
You have skills you've never had the chance to use, and I can give you that chance.
I get to be a temporal agent?
If you prove yourself.
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice.
10, 9.
I always knew something was different about me.
6.
You're a gift given to the world through a predestination paradox. You're the only one.
You're gonna save millions of lives.
You must complete your mission. You must lay the seeds for the future.
Here you are, at the beginning of your new life. I know where I come from. Where do all you zombies come from?
You're here to create history and influence what is to come.
Time catches up with us all. The path you're on will take you to your destination.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned it on here before.
Everybody else watched this? I've watched it.
Yeah, I watched it. I briefly spoke about it a few episodes ago. Well, about 8 episodes ago now, I think.
Okay. Well, I won't spoil it, but essentially it's a time travel film. Ethan Hawke plays as some kind of time agent who is ordered to go back and he's on the trail of this bomber, right? And he basically he's told to go after this bomber guy, and then it cuts to him in a bar chatting to this quite effeminate looking man, and I won't say any more, but my God, it's mental.
It is.
Totally blew my mind.
It is a brilliant time travel movie. Absolutely brilliant. It
Is it,
yeah.
Which was a shit time travel movie.
Is it the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail? It's based on
yeah.
that idea, like an eternal loop. Is it Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail forever?
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on that. Basically, it's the idea of this eternal loop of one creature.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty crazy, and it goes to some really odd
awesome.
places.
Yeah.
But I was watching it Matt came in from the pub about halfway through it, and I was like, I'm not going to explain. And he lasted about 5 minutes and then went to bed, I think. But it was like, yeah, you really need to know what you're doing and pay attention.
You
and
need to not have a shit in the middle of it, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely not, no.
I was going to say, I had my mate Adam round to watch it, and I was like, oh yeah, and this one, look, he's like a time cop, and he's got a gun on it and everything. It's going to be like a real boys' film. Let's put that on. Yeah, it wasn't really like that at all.
14 pages of notes later.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a head fuck, but it was a good head fuck. Really a good one.
Yeah, it was a fantastic film.
Was it based on a Philip K. Dick story, or am I getting that confused with something else? I think I am. I think it's based on a short story, isn't it?
Didn't they just say what it was?
I think so.
You're not listening, Rob.
No, well, that's an ancient sort of myth, but I'm not sure what it was based on. Like, as in, I think it was based on a book, yeah, or like a short story from a book.
Yeah, Robert A. Heinlein. There's a story called All You Zombies. That's what it's based on. Robert A. Heinlein, who also wrote Starship Troopers.
And other things as well.
Many other things, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry. Cool. So, yeah. Anything else?
Let me just check my cinema receipts. No.
Well, while you're doing...
from me,
no, I'll just give a quick shout out to Mr. Turner, which I watched.
Exceedingly beautiful. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
My little lad could draw. I thought he could read and write. Is that who? Constable. Turner.
You're still making your nice little pictures, Mr. Turner.
She'd make a fine subject for you to paint.
Oh, is that so? I shall cogitate upon it.
When I experience a masterpiece such as yours, I'm struck by the clarity with which you have captured the moment.
Why on earth would he go and do that? He's ruined a masterpiece.
It's a boy.
Mr. Turner seems to have taken leave of form altogether. Turner.
Clearly losing his eyesight.
The masterpiece I here present, which Mr. Turner has just sent.
I believe you to be a man of great spirit and fine feeling. The universe is chaotic, and you make us see it. You are a man of great vision, Mr. Turner.
Timothy Spall playing the well-regarded English artist. Quite a long haul, this movie. It's a slow burn, 2.5 hours, but it looks amazing. The whole thing is shot to look like a Turner painting, so lots of overexposed light everywhere. So really, really great looking movie. Timothy Spall kind of grunts his way through it. Even more grunty the further it goes on, and it's got some good humour in it, and there's some brilliant light turns in the movie. I won't spoil, but there was one more thing I wanted to say about it, and I've lost it. Too much wine. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the cinematography is by Dick Pope, or Dick Pope as his name actually is, but that was a big internet meme around the time the Oscar nominations were made. And I mean, total credit to him for, give him the award. I would have. It's brilliant. It goes to show how wide the field of cinematography is when you have stuff like this and Birdman being nominated and equally deserving. But yeah, this movie is a brilliant looking film. And if you're into art and stuff like that, then yeah, it's great. But if the likes of Boyhood had you, tapping the table, then I might say it wouldn't be for you.
Is the Stath in it?
Yeah.
No. Although it would have been in measure.
Right,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No,
Sly
Stave.
involved at all? Or?
you have to stay the artist.
And then he travels
Oi,
back in
I'm
time.
trying to paint her, you cunt. Smack.
Errol.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And on that note, I think that's all we've got time for this week. This has been the Not Watching Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk. You can get me on Twitter at Bobby Rocker, BOBIROKA.
I'm at EboGB, which is EBOWGB.
And I'm at Wobbly John.
You can contact us on email at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, then please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya!
May the force be with you always.